Hey guys, welcome back. I know it's been such a long time since I posted up a video, and before I get back to posting again, I thought that I would kind of give you guys an update on what's happened over the last couple months and the reason why I haven't posted for so long. If you hear that shushing sound, I'll explain why you hear that, or you can guess why you hear that. Well, where do I even begin? The last video I posted, me and my husband were going to a fertility doctor to try and get pregnant, and right after that video, I think, is when either I was already pregnant and I was waiting to take a pregnancy test or hear results from the doctor, or I was in treatment. I can't 100% remember, around there. But when February hit of this year, I got pregnant, and I found out really early, like 4 weeks or so. And like I said, I was seeing a fertility doctor or whatnot, and we got pregnant, which was exciting and incredible. But my first trimester hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, I got hit with bricks by a bus, by a train. It was rough. I couldn't get out of bed. I barely ate anything. I had really bad morning sickness. My 2 dogs, who are normally very active dogs, laid in bed with me most of the time. I barely ate. I barely had any water. I legit just laid in bed, sick, morning sickness, extreme morning sickness, throwing up, nauseous, tired. If my schedule was wake, eat, sleep, morning sickness, it was just non-stop. It was so bad. I didn't even have energy to do much but just shower and run to the bathroom to throw up. So for me to make a YouTube video was the last thing in my mind. And on top of finding out we were pregnant, my husband, who is in the Army, came down on new orders. Meaning, for him, he had drill orders, which he had to go to school for. So the school will be for about like 6 weeks, and it was during the beginning of summer. So when we found out he was going to school and he was getting orders, we knew we were moving later that summer, this summer that just happened. So with being pregnant, preparing for my husband to go down for school, and also preparing for us to move, it was an intense second trimester. With me just getting over morning sickness and trying to survive my morning sickness in the first trimester, my husband ended up leaving to go to school, and on my end, I had to sell our home and, you know, make sure the house is clean, leave the house with my dogs, had viewings for the house, all that, plus finding how to pack a whole house and preparing for us to move. Because when my husband graduated his school, we had like 6 weeks, not even, like 30 days to make our move. Now, for some people that's pretty easy, but when it comes to military, there's certain things that need to be done. Like, we have movers that need to be scheduled at a certain time, but there's certain paperwork that you need to schedule certain things, and certain things weren't given to us until like the very last minute. So with me being pregnant, I couldn't lift anything or anything of that sort, or no working out. I can only really do like just walking, and just like my everyday stuff like going up and down stairs, chores, walking. Pretty much that's it. No heavy lifting, nothing of that sort. So I could barely help. I legit packed like towels and odds and ends that were easy to pack. But once my husband got back from school, it was packing up all our bigger items, taking down our washer and dryer, our bed set, dog kennels. If you're in the military and you know those big travel kennels, yes, we have 2 of those. And of course, with COVID hitting, we couldn't get our movers to come in time, so we had to get a storage unit. So we had to find friends who we were so grateful for to help us take all our stuff out of our house and move it into a storage unit until our movers came and pick it up. Now, when you move to a new duty station in the military, you have to get on a housing list if you're going to live on base. Well, for us, we called, and the wait was going to be 6 to 8 weeks. With, on top of that, we stayed in a hotel for about 30 days, me and my husband, me being pregnant in my 2nd trimester, and 2 big dogs. Very, very comfortable. I am being very dramatic on that part, just saying. So we lived in a hotel for about 30 days at our old duty station. Then once we sold our home, my husband did what he had to do to clear and leave that old duty station. We did a 4-hour drive with 2 dogs and a lot of our stuff because we packed for our own stuff and also some baby stuff, because when we got here to our new place, I was about late in my 7th month going into my 8th month. I was in my 3rd trimester, and that's something you really don't want to do if you have the option, is to switch up all your doctors and find a new place to give birth and go to this new location that you've never been to and try to figure everything out. So once we did our 4-hour drive, which actually went smooth, which was great, with both cars jam-packed, 2 dogs, we made it to our new duty station, staying in another hotel for about another 4.5, 5 weeks. So in total, we stayed in a hotel for a little over 2 months. Very uncomfortable pregnant woman with a very jam-packed hotel room. My 2nd and 3rd trimester were pretty kind of normal. You know, you get your groove back on your 2nd trimester, you feel a lot better, which was fine. It was great. My appetite picked up. Going to the doctors, everything was normal. Everything was good, which was great. My 3rd trimester, same. I was fine. A lot of heartburn and just uncomfortable because, you know, once you start getting to a certain point where you're growing and growing, like, you don't understand how much your body can grow, and you question, like, how much can I get, like, how can I get any bigger? It was hard to sleep in bed. We normally sleep in a king size. We were sleeping on a queen, with a big belly and a body pillow, so it wasn't a lot of room. We waited for our house. We finally got our house. We moved in, and we settled everything. Some stuff got stolen, some stuff got damaged, but we kind of rushed to get the house situated because I was only a couple weeks from giving birth. And one thing you don't want to do when you give birth and have a newborn is try to set up a whole house while dealing with a newborn. So we magically were able to get our house to kind of where we wanted. It wasn't 100%, but we did. We settled down. We set up baby stuff and bought the final stuff that we needed for baby, because we had things here and there, and there were certain things where we were like, we have to wait until we know for sure, because there was no space in a hotel room to set up for a baby or whatever the situation is, just in case baby came early. Well, October 10th at 11:01, I gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. And today, making this video, she is 7 weeks old. And let me tell you, pregnancy and newborn stage, it is mentally and physically exhausted. And no one really talks about how hard, well, for me, like from people that I've known, YouTubers that I've seen, they try to show you as much, but it's just so hard trying to figure out this new life that has changed immediately. Like, even being pregnant, like, you kind of still get to be your own person, and you have the freedom, even if it's your first child, to kind of do what you want when you want to. And just, if you want to be lazy, you can be lazy. If you want to stay in bed a little longer, you can. But having a newborn, or in the newborn stage, it is so hard. You are on someone else's schedule. Your body is still trying to go through these different changes, even though it's has been doing nothing but changing for 9 months. Your body is still going through changes, and you are trying to figure yourself out. You're pulled in so many different directions, and sometimes it is hard and mentally frustrating, because it's like, I need a second, I need a shower, I need to brush my teeth, I need to wash my hair, I need me. Like, it's so hard and frustrating. And luckily, I have the best husband in the world, who has been nothing but God sent and helpful with this whole thing. We are so happy to have this beautiful baby girl who is growing, and it's just so wonderful to see. But man, is it challenging having a household to maintain, 2 dogs to entertain. Because yes, for some dog parents like me, who they are my first children, and yes, they are my children, a lot of stuff that I would normally do with them has been taken away from them. Definitely just from the move itself. They don't have the freedom that they used to back in our old home, just because we had a doggy door, we had a really large backyard, so they had the freedom to go in and out, stay in the backyard if they wanted to, go in and out to use the restroom when they wanted to where we moved into a new duty station and we're living on base. They don't have the freedom to go in and out. They don't no longer have a big yard or a doggy door, so it's kind of hard at first for them, because they're so used to their own routine. And luckily, my dogs are a little bit older, so they are just have been great with this transition so far. And for this house, it's been great. Like, we moved in, we're settled, and we have this beautiful girl. And you know, I had to step away from YouTube just because I want to live in this moment and an experience, and not have to worry about stretching myself out too thin and figuring out, okay, how can I please my family and also make YouTube videos and do this and do that. For me, I needed a break and to enjoy everything. Yes, it would have been nice to show you guys the crazy roller coaster that I've been through over the summer till now, but it just wasn't meant to be. And you know, now where things are a little bit better at our everyday life, where we have a little bit more of control of our day to day, I feel like that it's now time for me to come back. And I want to show you my routines and all these different things, because so much has changed since having this baby. My schedule and my routine has to be a little bit more precise. My just me in general, I have to be a lot better at my timing, and that's still a thing that I'm still learning. As being a new mom, like, you have to have your time set around this new child who sleeps kind of whenever they need to, and they're up for however long, and you just need to stop certain things and entertain this new child. So with all that being said, I'm back, and it might be still a little hard to get used to trying to upload more consistently, and trying to figure it out, because I'm still trying to balance everything out. But I kind of wanted to share with you guys some of these crazy things that I had dealt with over the last couple of months, and to getting to where we are today. But I will definitely insert some pictures of our beautiful baby girl and Gabriella Grace, which we call her Gigi, and show you a little bit more of our lifestyle and my routines and just what I do. Because now that I'm finally cleared to work out again and move the way like I kind of want to, because that was one thing that was kind of hard as well, is that I couldn't work out. Walking was kind of like the only thing. I mean, I could stretch here and there, but you know, when you're someone who works out and likes to be healthy and try to take care of themselves, and being told you can't, it was kind of hard, because that's a stress reliever for me. And now that I'm cleared, I still have to I have to start all over again. And for me, I like to take it really slow and start from the very beginning, because I haven't worked out in over a year, and I don't want to jump into it right away into weightlifting or running. I want to take it back like to the beginning. Right now I'm starting yoga just to help with deep stretching and getting my body to be, my body is so tight from uncomfortable sleeping and pregnancy to late nights and carrying a baby all day all the time, which gets tiring. I thought maybe starting from like doing yoga and stretching, that'll be a good way to start, so that way some of my body muscles can get used to being in certain positions and being stretched and worked on. So I thought I will share with you guys some of my experiences and my journey into getting back into a healthy, clean lifestyle. Now that like I said, I'm cleared to work out, I want to get back into eating a lot cleaner than I was, because trust me, my first trimester I was eating out almost every single fast food restaurant you can think of, because that's the only thing that sounded good or helped with my nausea or whatever. It just at the moment was fine. And even though it's okay to once in a while enjoy yourself and treat yourself to certain things, I miss eating healthy and having vegetables with my meals and eating fruit and just drinking a ton of water, because I was drinking some soda during pregnancy. Water was not my jam. I think at one point in my third trimester, I actually had to get an IV done because I was so dehydrated, because water was just not it. So I want to get back to drinking my water, having fruits and vegetables in my meals, and walking, taking steps, having a clean home, and still have time with my daughter, have time with my dogs, and of course still have time with my husband. And you know, I hope you guys are excited to see some of the videos that I'm willing to put out and show you guys some of my new routines and what I do, because everyone is different, everyone handles things different, and everyone's journey is different. My snapback game, it, you know, I didn't get to go back to 100 pounds, or because I never was, but you know, I feel like for someone who had their first baby, yes, I'm impressed what a body can do, and when you take care of your body. But now this is the time where I want to feel great. I want to see if I can get myself to a better version of me, because I'm never going to be that old person again who I was before last year, before pregnancy. So I guess I need to find out who I really am, what I like to do, and what I'm willing to do, and how I'm willing to take my time and or spend my time into doing things now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys get to continue to come around and see where this journey goes and where we're going, because there's baby stuff all over the place and Christmas is around the corner, which is wild because this year flew by and a new year is coming. And you know, we start thinking about what do we want to change, what are our new year resolutions and all that. So I think it's time. I think it's time to come back, and I think it's time to start fresh and forget about who the old me was and figure out who I am today with all these new changes. So I hope to see you guys at the next video, and I'll see you then. Bye.